Hey YouTube, this is DKProduction bringing you a video on the Naruto Manga 667 review. So yeah, let's get started. Now, this chapter started out with we seeing the mysterious foot again, and it turns out to be Kabuto, which was somewhat disappointing because, you know, all this builds up, build up, and it was just Kabuto. I mean, there was nothing else, it was just Kabuto. And even though most of us, and even I did, predicted this, that it would have been Kabuto. I mean, some people thought it was Itachi, Jiraiya, the Sage's son, and whatever, but if it was one of those people, all the built-up suspicion, all that, you know, all that urge to see who it is, it would have been a little more exciting than just being Kabuto. We now know that he has found a way how to escape his Nami from Itachi, and he found himself and all this, and then he started talking. I find it very interesting that he knew Obito before Obito even took off his mask. So I'm thinking that probably Obito told him his secret just as Obito told Kisame and the other Akatsuki's that were alive at the time. So I don't know exactly, maybe he told him, or maybe Kabuto already knew because he was on, actually he knew exactly, he knew everything that was going on the battlefield. Maybe he was out of his Nami before Obito, or when Obito's mask was shattered. So yeah, and then it went on with Kurin, and they were all, you know, it was not really and then they showed the same thing with Sasuke being healed and Naruto being healed at the same time, and it was really great to see that. First of all, it's the suspicion and the built-up anxiety to see who that person was has actually now been revealed. It was a bit disappointing to see that it was just Kabuto. Maybe it should have been someone else a bit more, someone that would play something more in the battlefield, you know, I don't know. But now I suppose Kabuto turned good. And yeah, they could, Korean and all them, I know tomorrow could not have recognized him because of the different types of chakra that he had. And I think, maybe, just maybe, the chakra that, remember, Kabuto has Sage chakra in him now, and when he puts that into Sasuke, maybe something might happen, you never know. Sasuke might have some new ability or something after being revived by Kabuto and all the different chakras going in him. Then it went to the battlefield with Madara, and now Madara is just about to fight Guy. And I mean, all the Guy fans out there, and I mean, Guy is one of my favorites. I mean, just to see him in, you know, in his youth and the Green Beast and all these other things, he just went out there and opened the 7th gate. Pow! I mean, and first, before I get to there, we had a little intel on the Sage Jutsu that Minato uses. I mean, I think that was not planned from the inception of Shippuden, that Minato would have had Sage Jutsu, or he could have entered Sage mode. Now the Sage mode looked pretty good, it looked pretty perfected at like 2 chapters before. However, it wasn't so. He mentioned it wasn't perfect, and he never used it in battles. I don't know. He was never mentioned to train with the Toads or anything, so I don't know. That was still a little sketchy, and it's still a plot hole to me. And I think that portion there has not been fully covered. And so yeah, it wasn't explained, but I cannot really. It needs a little more in depth or something to fill that void there. Then we learned that only Taijutsu and Seijutsu can work on him. And when I thought of Taijutsu, I said, Guy would have a part to play in this. And right when I said that, Guy just stepped forward and claimed his title as I am Guy. I am the Taijutsu master. I'm gonna whoop his ass. Guy bursts out the 7th gate. Whoa! I mean, Guy is very versed in the 8 gates and all the stuff, because remember, sometimes he opened the 5th gate just for fun. I mean, there was one time he opened the 5th gate just to paddle the boat, just to come off the sea quicker because he's somewhat seasick. And so yeah, Guy opened the 7th gate, pow, just like that. And I think that most of us would agree with me when I say, or some of us, or all of us, if not all of us, would agree with me when I say that Guy has a little more up his sleeve than we may know. Even though, and I think he does have chakra, because to summon, you need chakra to summon. So yeah, I think he does have a little more up his sleeve than what we may know, and I would be happy to see him really went in a the jutsu that he used, that whatever technique that he used was the afternoon tiger. And I mean, and when he first attacked, I was like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? Is he going to get pulverized by Madara? But then Madara actually was surprised. I was like, oh really? And Madara fought the Kages in Edo Tensei mode when he was just reanimated. He didn't have all his powers that he have now, and he looked down on all 5 of the Kages. And to say something like that towards Guy, as in like I underestimated him, and the guy came in with him like a few punches and all that stuff, and then he used his staff and sent him flying. But it was like, what happened there, man? Come on, Guy should have had a little more run. But then he tried thinking, and Lee came in and saved them. Lee, when he shot one of the black balls that normally rotate around him, he sent one of those, and same time Minato wanted Kakashi to send his kunai there so he can go and save him. But if you look at it, he probably would have been a little late if he had used the kunai method. But then we see Lee swoop in and save Guy, and that was really amazing. I'm glad that we actually get to see a little more of the undeveloped characters like Lee and those other guys. I mean, we haven't seen much of them and they haven't had much screen time, so I'm glad that we're actually getting to see some more of them. So Lee swooped in, saved the Guy, and then Guy decided, well, hey, I'm gonna go for the 8th gate. Well, it's leading towards that. Before I move on, this must be mentioned. Madara said that Guy was just too strong. A compliment like that from the sage, and Madara right now basically is the sage of the 6th path of the modern time, because he has all the requirements to be the sage. To see him in that power level, as strong as he is in that level, compliment Guy. I now think that we all our doubts or ponders of who would win between Kakashi and Guy is now cleared. The sage or Madara never actually complimented Kakashi, but Guy, he did, and his speed was incredible. He was actually able to combat with him. I think he actually was able to hit him at one point in time because they saw a hit mark or whatever, but I think he was actually able to hit him one time. And if Minato's Sage Mode flying, whatever so he used, I can't remember the exact name, but whatever, he used that and reached in front of teleported in front of Madara, and Madara was able to counteract and send him flying, and the Guy can actually keep up with him in that speed, then Guy is really fast in that 7th gate. I think we never actually saw Guy open the 7th gate. I think he opened only the 5th already. And now at the end we're seeing Guy about to open the 8th gate. His speech at the end was somewhat poetic, and it captured our attention. It's like, is Guy gonna die in the next episode? I mean, I really want Guy to be the only person to actually survive the 8th gate transformation when he reaches the 8th gate. I really want to see exactly what the 8th gate can do. At the same time, I don't want Guy to die. I mean, he is one of the most influential characters in the Naruto season, and we all agree that he is one of the most powerful. And I mean, to kill off Guy has so much to offer, and he's yet gonna die now. I don't know, I don't want him to die, but I want him to open the 8th gate because I want to see exactly what the 8th gate can do, and at the same time I don't want him to die. So I kind of like want him to be the only person to actually survive the 8th gate. Just like how normally the Jinchurikis don't survive when the tail beast is taken away from them. Just like how Naruto is gonna survive, and well, they are kind of their clan and whatever. The Uzumaki clan, they're somewhat strong and whatever. So I just want to see Guy survive if he does go in the 8th gate. And is Lee gonna go in the 8th gate? Is Lee gonna open? Well, I think Lee is actually in the gate right now. But are we gonna see Lee fight him? I was thinking when Guy said his arm was broken, I think Lee was gonna actually go up to face him, but then I saw it was actually Guy. So this overall, it's a great chapter. There's just a little potholes and certain things that, some plot holes and certain things that are not fully developed in this chapter. And I wanted to see, I would think that the Kabuto appearance was somewhat disappointing. But I don't know, it just didn't quench my thirst to see exactly who or the hidden figure that was going to appear. So I don't know. I give this chapter like a 7, 6.5 out of 10. So great chapter overall, just little stuff. And you guys can tell me what you think at the bottom. Think about this and put in your comments between Kakashi and Guy, who would win? In your comments below. Tell me about that. And tell me about some other stuff that you think about this chapter. For now, this is DK Production. See you guys in the next review. Bye.